Told you about the need for foster parents here in Indiana. Some kids even having to sleep in DCS offices because homes sometimes aren't immediately available. Well, since then, we have heard from many foster parents about the issues they're facing. They say they want to take in more kids, but the lack of funding for childcare is preventing them from doing so. Fox 59's Gabby Gonzalez spoke with several of these parents today, and she joins us now live in the newsroom with more. Gabby, this is pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, Dan, I learned a lot today. These foster parents tell me it is heartbreaking to hear about the kids facing the trauma of being removed from their homes and having to sleep in an office when there are open beds at foster homes, but these foster parents just can't cover the mounting daycare expenses on their own.
Danielle Burris took in her first foster child in June. She tells me she still hasn't received any funding for childcare.
I'm not holding my breath, but I just continue to care for this little guy as best I can and hope that something comes through.
She's now a single mom working full-time and uses her entire daily foster allowance to get care for her little one.
I'm licensed for 2 children, but as of right now, I'm so far in the negative with daycare that I can't foresee taking in another kiddo in the foreseeable future because of this childcare crisis.
Foster parents like Danielle qualify for a federal fund that provides some money to cover the expense of daycare. For working parents, that can be around $300 a week.
At this point, you're just kind of waiting for kiddos to go home and to open up spots and to give other people chances. But at this point, the wait list is imaginably so long that it could be several more months before we see any sort of funding.
In September, there were 13,878 kids on that wait list. That number is keeping foster mother Mary Thomas and her husband from taking in another child right now.
The cost of childcare for that up front is just more than we could pocket right now, including whatever items they need when they arrive. It's not even like a break even, because then you have clothing and if you want to do any extra events.
As the number of kids in need of homes rises in Indiana, these parents say there needs to be a change to make sure children are in a stable, safe place.
There are homes with beds open, with hearts open. We are more than ready to take on the challenge of helping these kiddos out. Childcare shouldn't be the thing that stands in the way of that.
The Indiana Family and Social Services Administration oversees the child care funding. They say they're trying to serve people as soon as they can, but the need is high and there's limited funding for this from the federal government. A DCS spokesperson says they are working with lawmakers to try to find ways to close the gap for child care. In the newsroom tonight, I'm Gabby Gonzalez, Fox 59 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you. U.S. Attorney